some money, pay up.
Yes, Master.
You, the nice looking lady, you got money, pay up.
Yes, Master.
More. Pay up.
Yes, Master.
I said pay up. Yes, pay up.
Yes, Master.
You ain't got no money, I don't need you. You, pay up.
Yes, Master.
All right. So we'll get started now with some actual statements from groups representing different organizations who are opposing this Duke Energy rate hike. We have put together a coalition of organizations representing social justice, economic justice, and environmental justice issues as to why we all oppose an average 15% rate hike across North Carolina. The groups of organizations officially in this press conference today and endorsing this include Action North Carolina, Appalachian Voices, Democracy North Carolina, the Canary Coalition, Citizens Charlotte, Clean Air Carolina, Greenpeace, Hope Hands Heart Ministries, and NC Warren. So I'm going to begin. My name is Monica Embry, and I am the North Carolina field organizer with Greenpeace. And we are standing as the world's largest environmental organization against Duke Energy's proposed rate hike, quite simply because it is unjust and unjustified. 5 Duke-operated coal plants surround Charlotte and are responsible for contaminating our air and our water. They cause thousands of asthma attacks, heart attacks, birth defects, premature deaths every year. Charlotte is ranked the 5th worst city to live in for people who have asthma. These costs are being paid not only with our health, but also with our pocketbooks. In Mecklenburg County alone, the costs are over $300 million related to dirty air. No matter what technology is installed, coal is not clean. Coal comes from blowing up the tops of mountains, destroying the lives and families of people in Appalachia. Coal is the largest emitter of carbon dioxide, a greenhouse gas contributing to climate change, and we are just beginning to understand that true cost. And the waste product, coal ash, is dumped into ponds. Riverbend Coal Plant is the closest one to where we're standing right now and has 2 high-hazard coal ash ponds, which can leach into our drinking water as they are right on the Catawba River. Instead of wasting ratepayers' money to invest in a dirty industry, making North Carolinians sick and contaminating our environment, Duke Energy should invest in clean, renewable energy. In a column posted in the Charlotte Observer a few weeks ago, CEO Jim Rogers exclaimed, "Duke Energy is committed to renewables in the right way, but a rate hike for coal and nuclear energy confirms that Rogers' talk is rhetoric more than reality." This rate hike proves coal is anything but cheap. Duke Energy is one of the only utility companies in the country building new coal-fired power plants. This will continue to increase in cost and cost taxpayers and ratepayers even more. It is the responsibility of North Carolinians to come forward and say, no, we are not going to stand for a 17.4% residential rate hike. It is the Utility Commission's responsibility instead to provide fair regulation of public utilities in the interest of the public. This rate hike is not fair, and it is not in the interest of the public. Thank you. Next up, we have Reverend Yvonne McJetters.
Thank you, everyone. Instead of reading from a piece of paper, I'd rather speak from my heart. My name is Reverend Yvonne McJetters. I'm with Healing Hope Hands and Heart Outreach Ministries Incorporated. I'm here today to say shame on you, Duke Energy, for wanting more money from poor people. We know that the national unemployment rate is 9.1. Among African Americans, the unemployment rate is 16%. I represent a population of single mothers that work a part-time job. They don't have health care. Where are they going to go? They don't have any benefits. How are they going to tell their children this year they're sitting in the dark? How are they going to tell their children they can't afford to buy them anything for the holidays because you, Duke Energy, want to take more money out of people's pockets? I represent veterans, social justice, and the faith community. And I see people every day that's hurting, and you're asking for more money when you know we don't have it. With the unemployment rate that high, what are you going to do to help the community? You want more money to pay your stakeholders. Take money that you're already getting and give them a raise. We're unemployed here. We don't have the money to give you, and you still want more. We ask that you remember the unemployed people in this city when you're sitting up there drinking and eating your caviar and drinking your wine. Think about this community when you're sitting up there or you're on vacation somewhere in the Bahamas. Think about these people that you're looking at around you and behind you. Think about what's in your own soul when you talk about you want more money from this community. Can you think about other people other than your greedy selves?
Hear, hear.
The thing is, you know, this country is not being destroyed by bombs and bullets. It's being destroyed by greed, corporate greed. We ask you to think about that the next time you ask for another raise, Duke Energy. Thank you.
Next we have Rogelio Reyes. He's going to read a statement in Spanish and then I'm going to read the translation in English.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Rogelio Reyes, soy miembro de Action NC. Estoy aquí porque no estoy de acuerdo con el incremento del 17% al precio de la luz. Esto es un promedio de $19 mensuales más en nuestro recibo. Tendríamos que pagar mes con mes. Lo que está pidiendo Duke Energy no es justo y nos quitará los escasos recursos que tenemos para vivir en nuestras vidas cotidianas. Si la Comisión de Servicios de Carolina del Norte aprueba el aumento de Duke Energy, tendríamos que reducir nuestros gastos con estos aumentos en las tarifas de la energía. Ganaríamos el mismo dinero, pero tendríamos que pagar más por el incremento de la luz. Ya hay padres de familias quienes tienen que decidir cada mes entre pagar el bill de la luz y pagar la renta o otro tipo de bill. Imagínense cuánto más difícil sería si tendríamos que pagar este incremento. El incremento del 17% nos afectaría a todos en general. En este tiempo de recesión, este aumento va a afectar todavía más nuestras vidas diarias. Hay muchos que están sin trabajo y necesitan ayuda en lugar de incrementos. Se les haría más difícil pagar sus cuentas y quizás se atrasen más en sus otros biles. Posiblemente más gente pierda sus trabajos con estos aumentos en las tarifas de luz. Hay la posibilidad que negocios locales no contraten más, buscando ahorrar dinero como negociantes como dueños de pequeños negocios. Este aumento les afectará dos veces. Uno al pagar en su casa el bill del 17% y otro al pagar el 15% en sus negocios. Redondeando esto sería el 32% que tendrían que pagar ellos. Esto afectaría el costo de los productos y servicios básicos. Como dueños de negocios no van a querer perder en sus inversiones y quizás suban un centavo en un producto básico, 2 centavos en otro producto básico y de ahí hasta que ellos recuperen sus gastos. En esta manera este aumento nos afectará nuestras facturas y nos afectaría no solo a un nivel personal, sino a un nivel social. Nosotros en la comunidad necesitamos más apoyo en dar de comer a nuestras familias. No necesitamos que nos quiten más los escasos recursos que tenemos. Nuestros hijos se merecen vidas seguras, no necesitan estar nerviosos y preocupados pensando si mamá o papá pueden pagar la cuenta de la luz. Necesitamos que el gobierno de Carolina del Norte diga no a Duke Energy y sí a la comunidad a quien representa.
My name is Rogelio Reyes. I am a member of North Carolina Action, and I am here because I oppose the 17% rate hike for electric bills. The average $19 a month increase in electric bills will impact our communities. What Duke Energy is asking for is not right and will remove the few resources we have to live our daily lives. If the North Carolina Utility Commission approves Duke Energy's rate request increase, we would have to shell out much more money that we do not currently have. Our jobs are not going to give us raises to fund an increase in our electric rates, with the same money we have to pay to cover the cost of lights. Already, many parents have to decide every month if you pay for rent or the light bill. Imagine how much more difficult it is going to be to pay. The 17% increase would affect all of us. In this time of recession, this increase will affect our daily lives even more. There are many who are unemployed and need help rather than an electric bill increase. This would make it difficult to pay their bills, and they will fall behind on other bills even more. Perhaps more people will lose their jobs with this increase. There is the possibility that local businesses will not hire more, looking to save more money. For a small business, this increase will affect them twice. Once when they pay the residential increase at home, and another when they pay for the electricity increase at their business. At home, these business owners would pay 17%, and then their stores an increase of 14%. This will affect the cost of all basic goods and services when business owners do not want to lose on their investments. Perhaps prices could rise by 1 or 2 cents here or there to recover these costs. As it is now, this increase in our bill will not only affect us on a personal level, but on all levels of society. Many need more community support to feed their families. We do not need to remove the few resources that we have. Our children deserve safe lives, not to be worried and wondering if mommy and daddy can pay their bills. We need the government of North Carolina to say no to Duke Energy and say yes to the community that they represent. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Bill Gupton. I'm an organizer for NC Warren, and I'm here tonight to share my thoughts with the North Carolina Utilities Commission about why we must ask them to reject this rate increase by Duke Energy. I'd like to thank the members of the media that have come out tonight. Without your support to carry our message to the broader public, we would not be able to achieve the goals that we want. So we thank you for that. To our coalition partners here in Charlotte that Monica mentioned, I would say thank you. To our coalition partners, Arvin Friedman with the Canary Coalition, Matt Watson and Sandra Diaz with Appalachian Voices that have come down from the mountains. We thank you for joining us. We thank you for the efforts that you're doing to work on this work in other parts of the state. Tonight is a very important night for our community, for our region, and for our state. Tonight, you are exercising the most fundamental aspect of our democracy in coming out here tonight and letting elected and appointed officials know what you feel about this rate increase. It is unconscionable. It is unbelievable that Duke Energy in this economy would ask for a 17.4% rate increase for residents, a 14% increase for businesses. This is going to have a devastating impact on the economy. It's going to unjustly impact the most disadvantaged in our community, the low income, the middle income now that is struggling to hang on and make ends meet. A few months back, my sister had a business that was operating for over 6 years. She had to close it because of the economy. There will be other businesses that if they have to absorb that magnitude of increase, they're going to go out of business. I know we all know friends and neighbors that have been affected by this economy. Tonight, I ask each of you to tell your story. Go in there, sign up to speak, take 2 to 3 minutes and tell a story about how this rate increase will impact your lives, or the lives of your family, or the lives of the businesses. The other aspect of this rate increase is that Duke and Progress Energy are committed to the same business model that has polluted our air, polluted our waters, which enables us not to eat the fish in the Catawba River, which is the source of our drinking water. Their business model must change. We should ask the Rate Commission, we should tell them, if they give Duke this rate increase, they are endorsing an outdated business model that will lead to further pollution of our environment, a further negative impact on our economy, and will jeopardize the future of our children. I thank the media again. I thank you for coming here. Let's go in and tell them what we think.
Yeah!